Hey, my nigga, the bullshit you about to hear is not appropriate for children, the faint of heart, and bitch-ass niggas in general. The fucking thoughts, the fucking opinions, and the fucking ideologies expressed on this ignorant-ass series are not necessarily that of YCC Entertainment. All concerns about discourse featured on the broadcast should be directed towards its host and its host only. In other words, say it to my face, bitch. Viewer discretion is advised. It feel good. It feel good to be back, man.
It's been a minute.
Ooh,
It's been a minute. I think it's been like what, like 3 weeks?
It's been a lot of minutes. It's been a whole lot of minutes.
I feel like it's only been like a few weeks.
It's been like 3 weeks times like almost 20.
Something like that. Well, that's what, like 2 months, right?
That's like years of change.
Years of change. Damn, that's crazy.
Like little year.
Damn, it's been a whole year. Damn, y'all suck. It's been a year.
365 thing, you know what I mean? Look, you know what I'm saying? One of them things, one of the rotations, you feel me? It's been about a rotation, but hey man.
Revolution.
How y'all doing, man? It's good to be back. And by y'all I mean y'all.
Yeah.
You know I'm talking to you.
The niggas.
Man, it's been a minute, man. It's good to be back though. We almost forgot how this shit went. We almost forgot, but we got some notes, man. We got it locked in. We're gonna get into some stuff. We're gonna get into some good topics. We're gonna get into some movie soundtrack stuff. We're gonna get into some new releases. Yeah. We're gonna get back into the the vibes of the week, the album of the month situation. You know what I'm saying? Is the playlist still a thing? The playlist, the Tunes and Tantrums playlist on Spotify?
It's coming back now that y'all are.
It's
coming back now.
Return of the Mac, nigga.
Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac, nigga. Nigga. And and there's some more shit we're gonna get into in our Patreon exclusive. But guess what? If you watching this bitch on YouTube right now, you ain't gonna see that. Cause you little YouTube ass nigga.
Yeah, cause you a bitch.
Little YouTube ass nigga.
But I fuck with you though.
Something like that. But go over to the Patreon if you really want to see us get into some shit. You know what I'm saying? Over on the Patreon, man, it's not just content. It's not just a video over on the Patreon. It's really a movie. You feel me?
Yeah, you dig. Real
and
shit.
That's gonna be our segue because that's what we gonna get into first, man. We gonna get into some movie soundtracks. Like this is a music podcast.
Yeah.
But we gonna get in some movie shit because it's been a good 2023's been a good year for film.
Hell yeah.
It's been a good year for movies.
Hell yeah. Soundtracks too.
Soundtracks specifically, man.
Soundtracks
because
too.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Shout out to the boy.
Shout out to them people.
On God.
But first and foremost, Metro. Like, first of all, I mean, I don't even really know. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you would have told me, in 2016, like that Metro, like if your Metro don't touch, I'm gonna shoot you. Like if you told me Metro was gonna do that,
I wouldn't have believed
for Sony, bro. For
Spider-Man. This is like, for the kids.
This is not necessarily. It's some cursing in that movie.
Yeah, but it's a family movie.
Facts.
Bro.
It is a family movie.
This is commercial.
It is a family. Very commercial.
That's what I'm saying.
Very
fucking
commercial.
It's not like it's not like he just did a short film for a nigga's project.
He did a soundtrack for possibly the biggest movie of the year.
Yeah,
because a lot of Twitter threads and a lot of different stuff. They're comparing, box office takes for, shit. And as of recording this, it's been out for like a week and a half.
About.
By the time it releases, probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks is gonna be out. But the first weekend, like opening weekend domestic was like huge.
It was crazy.
Numbers.
Crazy.
Digits. Mathematics. Like
quick maths.
Exactly. And just for Metro to like be how impactful he is in the culture.
Yeah.
And then to do this, and then
for the Miles Morales.
It wasn't watered down.
Exactly.
It's good music.
It's good music. And the way it was like implemented within the movie was like
it's fire.
Dog. Oh my gosh.
He's got his, his heroes and villains and his every hero doesn't work, all heroes don't work situation.
That's
there's stepping stones to this, man. And like I fuck with that so heavy because I figured somebody would probably at some point in time fall in line and give him a chance to do some shit like this. But I'm not gonna lie, did not expect it to be Sony.
Nah.
I did not expect it to be Spider-Man.
At all. Not
Like,
at all. But it's so perfect.
It's great. It's great. It's fucking great,
like,
man.
because who else?
Who knows?
Like really, what other producer that's like what other producer do you think would have been like, who could have low-key topped that specific gig?
When it comes to, after watching the movie, because we both seen the movie.
Yeah.
After seeing I've seen it twice now.
Yep.
I was about to say, it's like that.
And I didn't fall asleep either times. That's a big one because I dead ass fall asleep in all these damn movies.
we gonna shout out to that because it's a sleepy ass niggas,
I'll
man.
be sleepy, bro.
The nigga be sleep, man. And I respect that because that just tells you, you was entertained. It was highly entertaining.
It was a good ass movie.
But man, it was a good ass movie with good ass, just like great elements.
Hell yeah.
Like it was just the building blocks of this movie. Flawless, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like flawless, bro. Like the execution of like the art, like it was good.
I was about to say, supposedly they had did some tweaking to the mixing.
I heard that too.
Of the mixing of the project within the movie, not just on the album, or the soundtrack, but actually like in the movie.
They had to do a re-release because there was some shit going on with the audio.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it 2 times in the same theater.
Yeah,
and it sounded fine.
Yeah, it sounded. There was a couple parts where I could like kind of hear the music was kind of like overpowering a little bit.
Yeah, but not in a way where I would like assume.
Yeah, I didn't notice that there was.
You need a
re-release.
Exactly.
Like to me, I was kind of with it. Honestly,
it was like that's what I'm saying.
Really
it seemed intentional.
Exactly.
Like it seemed like it was supposed to be drowned out.
Exactly.
Like it seemed at the moment, it seemed like that was what it was supposed to be doing.
Like seeing how everything's working with all the art and stuff.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It works.
But like obviously, if they feel like they could do a better job, then
exactly. Shout out to them.
I guess we going the third time.
Exactly. I'll do it.
Really, I will. But
Tuesday's tomorrow. We got $5 on a Tuesday. You know the vibes.
Hey man, look, I work tomorrow. I wish I could, but I'm probably gonna see
one of these Tuesdays.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see.
Look,
I'm gonna see what's up.
That's what I'm saying.
But we hey, this ain't the movie podcast.
This is not the movie podcast.
This is the music podcast. So about the soundtrack though,
about the soundtrack.
I think if I had to be honest, it may be the most impressive. And you know what? We didn't talk about this because obviously we ain't been here in a minute. But the Creed 3 soundtrack was also done by Dreamville. That was very good.
I forgot that it was done by Dreamville.
That was very good. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually didn't listen to the full thing because I still haven't seen Creed 3.
Good movie, good soundtrack. Okay. Not better than Spider-Verse. Movie wise or soundtrack wise.
I know the first soundtrack for Creed was crazy.
Not yet. It was good. It was solid. And I'm not gonna lie, the Wakanda Forever soundtrack was good. It was good.
Wait, you said Wakanda Forever one?
Yeah.
I was thinking of the first Black Panther.
That's what I was saying. The Wakanda Forever one was all right. First Black Panther joint was like
iconic.
That's a fucking album. That's an album. It's not even a soundtrack. That's an album. It's an album, and that's a great album. It's music inspired by the movie, not a soundtrack.
Literally, bro.
No, Seasons is actually just one of my favorite songs in general.
Bro.
It has nothing to do because I don't even think it's in the movie.
It's deeper than rap,
it's
bro.
Dead ass.
That shit is deeper than
dead
rap.
ass, bro. And like Mozzie did his thing. Reason did his thing.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember man's name.
Which one?
Who sings the hook? The chorus.
I don't know his name.
I don't remember it, but phenomenal.
Yep.
Phenomenal job. But yeah, man, like just seeing all these different, these just like icons almost in hip hop.
Exactly, like being integrated within that, actually in film, and
which is it's not that crazy of an idea when you think about it. Because back in like early 2000s and late 90s, so many different movies had like just integrated
even in shows like Kenan and Kel.
Facts, yeah, exactly. Fucking all that, yeah, exactly.
Coolio was up in the joint.
I was about to say one of my favorite things ever is Vanilla Ice in the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies from the 90s, and he did a song called it's like. Are you talking
about
Go Ninja or something?
Are you talking about like the VHS joints?
VHS.
I don't
back when
when
the turtles were like niggas in suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, and literally it's like a scene. It's like a scene where the turtles are fighting fighting like the other mutated Jones, Bebop and Rocksteady, and they're like, and Vanilla Ice is on stage, like everybody's trying to escape because the turtles are like fighting.
He's just up there spinning.
He's go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, go, and then niggas start breakdancing and shit. It's like, no, they're fighting. Nigga, like there's 4 turtles the size of human beings in a fucking like.
You saw fucking John Wick when they be up in them clubs and shit. They don't know what the fuck going on.
Honestly, that shit is crazy as fuck. The directors of John Wick, they got some explaining to do because people be dying, like whole massacres, and no reactions inside the club.
They don't hear nothing. That's some loud ass music.
It's not even loud. That's some loud ass music. That's some loud ass drugs.
That's a whole lot of.
They are tapped in. They
probably already knew the vibes. They just minding their business.
I think that's really what it was. It's like, hey, bro.
They said, look, we know who the fuck we fucking with.
Exactly. Because they in there. So it's like,
I'm just here because I fuck with this joint.
I think that's really what it is. I think that's all it is. But not. We on with a little bit of a tangent. We didn't went soundtrack to soundtrack to soundtrack. But back to what we was originally talking about, man. What would you say is if you could give me like 3 standouts from this Spider-Verse project?
All right, here we go.
Because I know my 3, and they don't even got to be your favorite. Just 3 that if you feel like stood out. Whether either when you were listening to it, it took you back to the movie, or in the movie you saw where it was placed, and it was just like, oh yeah, that's perfect.
So, I think it's Silk and Cologne.
Great,
because that was on the rooftop. Joint, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say that shit was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that joint playing at the cookout, the party, yeah.
Perfect.
That was fire as fuck. Like, that was fire as fuck.
What's it called? Especially how they had the DJ actually showed it.
He turned it up and then he mixed it. Yeah,
it was great.
Fire.
It was great, and especially
that might be my favorite one. That is actually no, it might be my second favorite. How it was used in the movie.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of one of the ones that I liked actually in the movie. I think it was a lot. It was a lot sooner. I think it was during Gwen's whole scene.
That's my favorite one.
I can't.
My favorite one is the Coi Leray. It's called Self Love.
That was that. All right.
The Coi Leray joint. That's my favorite one because if you pay attention to the way that song was, that's the way that actually, if you just pay attention to how that song ushered in Gwen's because initially she had her monologue while she was doing her drum solo, but then she started doing her dialogue her, I'm Spider-Man, blah, 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 that dialogue. Exactly. Getting into her backstory, her origin story with her Peter and, her situation. And while that song is playing, it's like, if you notice, it plays as she puts her headphones in, almost similar to the Sway Lee and Post Malone Sunflower. It was escapism.
They did the same thing in in this one too with Miles when she came out the portal right on top, right above the bed or whatever, and he had headphones up looking up.
It was
I like how they do that.
It was tough, bro, because it was like both of those songs. Because even when in the first movie, Miles was on the ceiling, and he couldn't stop sticking, or he was on the light, he couldn't stop sticking. Peter was like, "All right, what do you do to relax?" And Miles literally just sings the song. And we already saw it early in the movie. He literally he was stressed out, put his headphones in, tapped in, zoned in, and then Gwen did that same thing, and I fuck with that so heavy because I like the song. I'm not gonna lie. I have not been the biggest I don't think Coi Leray has done anything better than No More Parties since.
No More Parties was crazy.
That shit was great. I think it was a great song. It was a lot of people stopped liking it because it started getting a whole bunch of remixes and it was everywhere. Internet wise, but if you listen to it now, after all the hype's died down, it's still a good song. It's still a good song, bro. And I mean, I know she's got all her different, whatever drama and controversy she got as, a celebrity, but I still think she's talented.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think when a lot of people saw that feature list and saw her on there, I'm not gonna lie, I initially was just like, oh, cash grab.
Yeah.
She's just gonna be on it just to have the names on there.
Yeah,
but she's got a solo track, one of the only solo tracks, and it's fucking fire.
It's a good song.
It's a great song.
It's a good song. It's implemented perfectly.
Perfectly in the movie. It's executed perfectly.
Honestly, I don't know another movie soundtrack that's so well integrated in a movie as this one.
Yeah,
I honestly can't think.
It's a very potent song too. I fuck with the fact that it's not just something with vibes. Coi is actually talking. She's actually kind of talking a little shit. Yeah. And I mean, I guess in that way it had to because that scene was heavy. That's not no. You know what I'm saying? That's not something you just throw in there.
Exactly.
Throw back. But nah, man. I think Self Love was definitely a standout for me. I like the what is it? Is the Danger, the Offset and Jid one?
That joint hard.
It's hard.
That beat is crazy.
I don't
Spider.
think it's my favorite placement in the movie. It only plays for like a quick second, and it's just.
I honestly can't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, it plays for like the quickest second, and it's only a part of Jiz's verse, like the slightest part of Jiz's verse. It's not really, and you don't really notice it until, like I said, I didn't notice it playing until I listened to the soundtrack the day it dropped, and then saw the movie after. Because I saw the movie first, then I heard the soundtrack, then watched the movie again.
Same.
And that time around, I noticed it for sure. And
let's go. Danger's for real, the only as of right now is the only one that I'd be bumping outside of like when it comes to any songs I just click on.
Yeah.
If I just want to hear a solo track from the joint, it's typically Danger.
Me personally, that's Self Love, and the only thing about Self Love that is an L to me is that they don't release just a version without the Gwen excerpt at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know how she's talking about, every universe, Gwen Stacy
I like how
falls.
they did that in the project.
I like it on the project like as a whole because it's a soundtrack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the album is a soundtrack. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
But I do wish they would release a single version
I get it.
without that part. Just
Yeah.
because you could play that and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
you don't need to
you don't
hear
need
that.
to hear
in the
that
song.
part.
Yeah.
And it could just end where it ends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, I think Hummingbird with James Blake, beautiful fucking song.
I don't think it's Hummingbird. I don't think Hummingbird's the one I'm thinking of. But there's one with James Blake I really like. I think it's Nonviolent Communication.
Nonviolent Communications is a great song as well.
If that's the one that has the production is real kind of like bouncy.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I fuck with that joint heavy because that beat was just different. Because you know what I mean. I'm a producer, so that's the shit I like zone in on.
I'm not gonna lie. Every for the most part, we've been real positive about our reactions to that project and just the performances on that project. Also, I like the I got to give flowers to Rocky.
Yeah.
Because I said it in the group chat we're in, but I think Rocky did the best job at giving us a feature that balanced just what he gives on a track of his own, as well as it being a part of a movie with a theme. Because a lot of people tried a little too hard to make it a theme. Like, I love Wayne, bro. I'm such a huge Wayne fan.
I'm about to say I fucked with that Wayne verse.
That Wayne verse is hard. It's a hard verse. But literally the first line is, Weezy called, I go Peter Parker. It is like, yes. But it's the intro of the album.
Yeah.
And this is not a movie about Peter Parker.
It's not a movie about Peter Parker.
And you want the music to not necessarily, you don't need to say Spider-Man in the song about the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But he did that. So that was my only thing. I think it was just, it's too, he said Spider in 7, 8 different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it worked.
He literally called it a Spider-Verse at the very end.
And that's it's hard.
See, yeah, but I was like,
it's hard.
To me, I honestly, cause this thing, you already know, I was never really a big Wayne fan. Which is, I know that's crazy.
For me,
Tunes and Tantrums. Oh, guy on a music podcast wasn't fucking with Wayne. Ooh, suck my dick.
Honestly, fuck you for real. You should have been tapped in.
He had his bangers, but I was never really on Wayne like that.
I'm not.
That verse was crazy.
No, that shit was
to
tough.
me, the way that he kept on implementing a Spider into the verse to me was just dope. I was like, because how many different ways are you gonna creatively throw in Spider into your verse?
Facts, and I think
it hard.
I think it's good that we have different perspectives though, because being someone I'm a fan of his, and I've been so since third grade. Nigga.
Yeah, since Weezy F Baby.
Yeah, exactly. And like nigga. Yeah, and then you being someone who you wouldn't necessarily call yourself a fan of Wayne, but you being impressed by that and me being unimpressed by that is kind of interesting because I just know he can do better.
Oh, same.
Creatively, I think
I've heard come way better.
I think somebody. This is how, and it's when you watch his interviews and you hear what he says his process is at least. 'Cause I don't know his process. I'm not him.
Yeah.
But when you hear what he says his process is at least, I figured somebody said, hey. Metro doing the Spider-Verse jump. Metro's putting you on the Spider-Verse jump.
Yeah.
We need a 16.
We need a Spider-Verse.
We need a Spider-Verse. Exactly. And he said, oh, I give you a Spider-Verse. Oh, God. And he did that. He delivered.
He gave the Spider-Verse.
He for sure delivered. But it was just I don't know. I feel like, Also, almost nobody on this joint, as a lyricist,
Yeah.
I'm just mad nobody used the term arachnophobia or just arachnid in general. Like niggas was really
I feel like I did hear it somewhere. In the
no,
project.
I heard spider. You hear spider a lot. You hear web a lot. You hear slinging and swinging because that's what the Spider-Man does.
Yeah.
Then you also hear you hear crawling plenty. You hear sticking to the walls. The Uzi joint, he does some really creative stuff on his joint with the spider situation. Also, like I said, initially that joint with Uzi and Future.
Yeah.
I feel like that song should have been huge, and I feel like I know why. It really feels like, because, Metro did the joint with Uzi and Future, the collab project.
Yeah.
The Baby Pluto times Baby Pluto joint.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a throwaway from that they just gave Spider themes.
Probably.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It's like, yo, we never finished that, but it was kind of hard. We need a track for the Spider joint.
Exactly. We already got one.
Because
fuck it.
it was not an impressive Uzi verse at all. Mm-hmm. It was just an Uzi verse.
Yeah, honestly, the song itself wasn't really that impressive.
But it worked in the whole of the soundtrack.
Exactly. It worked.
That's the thing. This soundtrack does have it has majority hits, a few misses.
Yeah.
But as a whole, it works together
great,
very
yeah,
well.
very
and
well.
so I'm not complaining about anybody except, like I said, I think Wayne could have done better, not because I'm hating, but because I'm loving, because I fuck with him. Literally, I know he could do better. And then Uzi and Future Joint, again, it sounds like it wasn't even supposed to be for this. Because the Future hook at least sounds like some club shit.
Yeah, literally.
1000% does not sound like it was supposed to be on this album.
Literally.
It does not sound like it was supposed to be for this. And it is literally called All the Way Live. It's not for this song. This is not for this movie,
that's
bro.
also why I didn't really fuck with it as much, because it wasn't.
It's just not in. It don't feel like the movie. It don't feel like it. It really doesn't feel like it has much to do with it.
Nope. It sounds like it still sounds good. It still sounds
exactly.
It can still sound good, in a movie, but it just
Not
didn't.
here.
It wasn't exactly.
Not here, though.
It wasn't the puzzle piece.
And
kind of fit.
I think one of my other gripes is, and this is where we're gonna get. This is where we're actually gonna get into probably a real tangent here.
Yeah.
But I'm preparing for it.
Shout out all the tangents.
Tunes and tangents back in full effect, bitch.
Shout out all the tangerines.
Shout out to tangerine.
That's the episode.
That's an inside. Shout out. It's so crazy because she won't even get it. Nobody will get it. It literally. I don't even want to break it down. But we have a friend we refer to as Tangerine. Leave it at that.
Period.
Shout out to her though. She knows it's love. She knows it's all love.
She know the vibes.
That's gang. But nah, man. That's crazy as fuck. Literally tunes and tangents, bro.
Exactly.
We did not even need to get into that. Anyways, but nah. There was a young man heavily featured on this soundtrack.
Yeah.
That I was very disappointed in.
I already know who you're talking about.
Very disappointed.
Just saying.
He was on 4 tracks. He was on the most tracks. Other than Metro, he's literally on the most tracks. His name is on the most tracks. And he is not impressive. He doesn't stand out on literally any one of them.
There was one that I fucked with.
He's
heavy.
not impressive on a
There
single
was
one to
that I
me
fucked with
at all.
heavy.
Literally on every track he's on, everybody else does way harder than he does. Way harder. Not even he is not even kind of.
Which
bro.
one is it? I think it's.
I don't know. I don't.
I think it's. It could be linked.
Just so y'all know, we're talking
up.
about Don Toliver.
Don Toliver.
Motherfucking Don Toliver.
Shout out to him.
I
Or
don't
is it
hate Don
Home?
Toliver, but I figured out
It might be Home.
you that's the one you said you fuck with. It
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
gave you a little bit. It stood out a little bit. To
Yeah,
me.
if that's the one that I'm thinking in my head.
I ain't see that. Go ahead.
If that's the one I'm thinking in my head, then yeah, that shit was hard. I really fucked with the beat and the way that he wrote on it, because it kind of pause.
Hey,
Nope.
it's so wild because remember, I think it was about a year some change ago we did an episode and we did a pause during Pride Month. And that was when we said shout out the community, and then we're back in Pride Month.
That's crazy. Shout out Pride.
Shout out to the community, man.
Shout out to the community. Shout out Pride. Shout out Men's Mental Health Awareness
Shout out
Month.
the Men's Mental Health Month.
Shout out all that. Go get y'all some help.
On me.
Me too.
And do it the right way.
Yeah, do it the right way.
Whoa. What you what you go with that? Anyways, Don Toliver, man. I figured out my beef with Don Toliver because I didn't really think I did not like Don Toliver until the other day I was having a conversation with a friend of ours and I was telling him how I wasn't impressed by Don Toliver on this album.
Yeah.
Then I said, honestly, I haven't been impressed by Don Toliver in a minute. The last impressive thing Don Toliver did to me was bagging Cali Uchis. That's like the most impressive thing he's done since Can't Say.
Shout out Cali Uchis.
Literally, I think that's his problem for me is that Can't Say was such a strong debut.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's topped that to me. Personally.
Really?
He's not topped that to me.
Did you listen all the way through Life of Don?
I listened to Life of Don, I listened to Heaven or Hell, I listened to there's another one he has, right?
Yeah.
There was a purple joint around the time.
Yeah, it was called,
it's a purple cover.
Because him and her both dropped at the same time. Or like around the same
time.
time.
Am I wrong? But is there one with like a purple cover that dropped around the time?
I think it has like a purple heart. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to remember the name.
But
so I didn't listen to it. It's like some like it's like I think it has like the word love in it.
His little basically debut feature on Astro World.
Yeah.
Most impressive thing that nigga's done to me personally in his career, bro. Cause I'm talking about literally, I get like however far into the album that song is, and it's like, who is this?
Yeah.
What is this melody? Like, dog, I'm talking about, I'm losing it, bro. Because I never heard nothing like that before.
Nah.
And he delivered it with such conviction. It wasn't, you could tell he knew he was fire.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing,
He
bro.
knew he was fire. Cause I'm just, what the fuck? Nigga, I think, I like to listen to albums through as much as I can. And I drive a lot for work, so I get to.
Yeah.
But I remember at that time frame, I had a job where I had to commute for almost 50 minutes. So I could listen to that whole album.
Fuck that.
I know. It's big fuck that.
Fuck the commute.
Yeah, fuck the commutes. Shout out to the community, but fuck the commute.
On God. That's on God.
Hey, we gonna get into that too, because Nelson said some shit earlier. Shout out to Nelson. Nelson said some shit earlier about Donda being a timeless album, and I figured out the other day, Jesus is King is actually a way more timeless album.
Jesus King is great,
Nigga,
bro.
I was cooking some dinner the other day, and Jesus is King, like it just played through the whole jump. Cause I was listening, I was going through the albums, and it played through, bro. Played through the whole joint.
Slept on, bro. I think that's honestly one his most slept on album.
Dog, it's easily his most slept on album because it's so niche. He already said he said I'm gonna be talking about faith and not cursing, and the people who are gonna be on it can't say shit like that I don't approve of.
This is God talk.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was not looking forward to it when he was promoting it, but when it dropped, I was on that.
It was great, bro.
And I have quite a few of those songs still in my rotation.
It's so different from everything else he's dropped too. Like, because his shit is already different every time he drops.
For sure. For sure.
You never gonna hear the same Ye project twice.
For sure.
Never.
Ever.
But I feel like when it came to Jesus is King, I feel like that one had a different, like you could really see where that whole project really came from. It was very clear. It was. And
water. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, Use This Gospel is one of the best songs. It's one of his best songs.
That's hands on.
It's one of his best songs ever.
Yeah.
Use This Gospel is one of his best songs ever.
Use This Gospel got the little ding ding
ding ding ding ding,
yeah,
and it's got clips and
honestly,
Kenny fucking G on a gospel song.
Last person to hold on.
Kanye West put Clips, a Clips reunion at that, because they hadn't dropped in decades, or not decades, but
it's been almost
multiple, almost plural, but a decade and some change. They hadn't dropped together. And Kenny fucking G.
Only A.
And it was greatness.
I just gotta say this though. The only other person to pull off the Kenny G was SpongeBob.
Kelpie G.
With the Kelpie G.
Kelpie fucking
Do your research
G.
for all the childrens that be watching this.
There should be no children's watching this.
Yeah, but childrens be doing all kinds of shit that childrens don't need to be doing.
You're right. Honestly, there's probably gonna be some fucking kid who's on YouTube somehow, rabbit hole,
go and click on
sees this thumbnail. What the fuck is this?
This is the clip you're seeing, all right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, check out the Kelpie G. Know the fucking vibes.
Do your fucking research. Do your research. Shout out Tunes and Tangents. We was talking about Don Toliver. But yeah, we was talking about Don Toliver because of the Spider-Verse soundtrack. So we need to we low-key need to move on just a little bit. But Overall, if let's do a hard rating. We didn't do any hard ratings before. We used to just get opinions. Let's do a hard rating. What would you give? What would you give that soundtrack as a soundtrack, not an album? Because it is a soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's not an album inspired by the movie. It's a soundtrack.
So
because the Black Panther Jones is an album inspired by the movie.
Yeah, I was about to say. So I would actually those get two different ratings for me. So as a soundtrack, I give it a 9 out of 10.
I would honestly give probably
I give it
same
a 9,
exact
9 out of 10 as a soundtrack.
I might do 9.5.
I'm trying
The
to.
only movie that was scored better than that in recent years was The Batman. Michael Giacchino went fucking crazy. That nigga,
bro.
I tweeted. I said,
that shit was moving, bro.
He put his whole Gia Chushy in that soundtrack, bro. Because how do you not put a part of your being in that?
Literally.
Did you hear that music? That shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy.
The way that fucking theme song came in when he was walking in front of the fire to the car. Oh my God.
This shit is crazy. That shit is wild. But yeah, I'll give it a 9 because I might give the Batman 9.5.
Honest, I see that. I could give Batman the 9.5. I would give this as a soundtrack a 9 out of 10, but as an album, I think I would probably give it an 8.
As an album, I'd probably get a 7.5. Just because what does kill it for me is there is a bit of filler. And an album with no filler, to me, even if it's not necessarily the highest quality music, if it's no filler, I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah, because that means
you might get a solid
really
8 from me off just no filler.
One of the albums we talking about later is a no filler joint.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, just remind me when we get it.
You just put me on today.
Okay, yeah.
You just put me on today. That's a no filler, bro.
Exactly.
That's a no filler.
No filler. If it's the one I think, really.
Yeah.
And it's, I love, you can always, honestly, for me personally, you'll always get, maybe if you talking some bullshit the whole time, then maybe like a 7. But for real, my criteria with music, like, I have a very, like, strict, like, it's strict and loose at the same time because I think, it's art and art is subjective. And one of my favorite artists is, like, a person that a lot of people don't fuck with or get. Actually, two. I would say JPEG Mafia and Earl Sweatshirt. People that make music that a lot of people just don't get. And they won't admit that they don't get it.
Yeah.
They just don't. They just gonna say it's trash.
Exactly.
Or they don't like it. But it's like, no, the reality is there's a JPEG Mafia project that I literally feel like it is human. Like that project is human. It literally goes through what a person's mind, like this is what I feel like the inside of somebody's brain would sound like. It's just so, because it is chaos. You know what I'm saying? The album is chaotic. It's abrupt. There's a lot of just like things that are contradicting and contrasting, but it's great because it's not perfect. And people, I can't listen to this. I can't crank this.
People don't know
like,
how
bro,
to.
Everything is not supposed to be cranked to, bro.
Exactly.
Everything is not supposed to be cranked to. It's that simple.
Let's go. When you know, like when you actually know how to tap into like what that specific music is supposed to be.
Exactly. And
you get a whole new experience.
I think that JPEG jump is hard, and I got to look at the title because I don't want to speak wrong, speak ill of it, or not speak ill of it, just speak wrong because I don't want niggas to go look for some shit that's not there. But yeah, no,
they're gonna be mad.
And then also, we went to, and we can speak on this because we went together. Yeah. The Mavi show.
Yeah.
Not necessarily unorthodox because it's poetry and it's kind of technically as orthodox as it gets. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where like, lyricism in music, like it's poetry. You know what I mean? Like, and he does it very fucking well. And he performs very well.
Because that was the first time I really got hip to him was going to that show.
Going to the show. And
I remember you sent me 2 of his projects to peep. I had only gotten through half of one of them.
Yeah.
I think it was like half of like the first one. Or whatever. And I could I could just tell, I was like, okay, this is a different dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a real different dude, but he also sounds extremely genuine.
For sure. And I think that's what it is, bro. Authenticity shines through your music, your art.
Exactly.
And like, one of my favorite tracks is East by Earl Sweatshirt, that joint with that crazy ass beat that people hate that shit because it to some people it's like nails on a chalkboard. It does not sit right with a lot of people. And then the pocket he chooses to flow on there. Yeah. Also, it's just like
it's supposed to be that.
It's supposed to be like that. And so I hate so many people because I remember when
supposed to get you talking.
It's exactly. It's supposed to get you talking. It's supposed to get you thinking.
Exactly.
And I remember when To Pimp a Butterfly first dropped, and niggas was all calling it like cornball because it was jazzy. Speaking of, the album is the JPEG Mafia album I was talking about. Is All My Heroes Are Cornballs from 2019. Great. It's literally it's just like it's some great music on there. It's long. It's not long. It's only 45 minutes, but it's 18 tracks. And if you listen to it all the way through, like I said, you'll understand what I mean when I say it's a very human album.
Yeah.
Like it's unfinished thoughts and abrupt switches and like chaotic stuff and contradictions and just like I love it though because I mean at least I might be undiagnosed, but like that shit sounds so fucking tough to me because it's relatable. Like this is low key what my brain feels like sometimes, nigga. And it's like to be able to like hear somebody make it, and then there are still parts that crank. Like there are still parts that bop, and he experiments with his voice in a way that there's parts of that album that it's just pretty. Like it's beautiful. Like it's good music. You know what I'm saying?
I never really it's called tapped in JPEG Mafia.
Really good artist. Really good artist.
He started off as like just a producer, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think so. Yeah.
I think I had read something up on him, where he like started as a producer. He was based on like nobody really wanted to hop on his beats though, so he just started rapping on his own beats,
type shit.
Whatever, and that's how he got started.
That honestly, that makes sense because honestly, he kind of makes, as of now at least, I don't know like how early he may have been referring to when he spoke on it, but as of now at least, a lot of the shit he makes like production wise. It's really only shit that I can hear him on. Like, I don't think, like, you know, something we often do is when we're listening to music, we say, yo, you know, so-and-so would go crazy on this. Yeah. Like, earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, like, I listen to it, like, I don't know who else could go on this, bro. And that's not a bad thing.
Exactly.
But, like, some people might not see it as a good thing either, because that would mean it's not necessarily mainstream or commercial or marketable. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't make it a bad thing to me either, because something being niche, something being, you know, cornered, you know, to a very small market of people is okay. I think that's okay sometimes.
You gotta think about it. Some of the greatest artists alive were one of one.
Yeah, I mean,
name another Prince.
I mean, like that's the thing.
Name another Picasso.
And I think that's the thing.
Name another Leonardo da Vinci.
You know that's the case because that's what everybody's trying to do. Everybody wants to be the one of one. Everybody wants to be the different guy or the different person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to the Idol. She wants to be a one in a generation artist.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I don't even want to talk about that. But I guess no, it is a good segue because we were talking about soundtracks. Yeah. So it's a good segue because we'll get off that because we'll talk about other stuff forever. But so this is a music podcast and we were talking about film earlier.
We were.
We're kind of still talking about film because we're talking about The Idol, which is a new Max, not HBO Max.
Not HBO Max.
Because it's just Max now. He's cool. He's a teenager. He's got a nickname. He's in the streets. Got street cred. Max.
Blonde hair.
Highlights.
Slick back.
Yeah, exactly. Type shit. Went sagging his jeans a little bit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe untied shoelaces on purpose as a choice. Style
DCs.
choice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for real. Maybe like a chain wallet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely a chain wallet. Leather, sure. Black leather.
Yeah. Maybe even one of those belts with the like studs on it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Max. Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
But yeah, because but now that HBO Max is Max, they have premiered a show with one Abel Tesfaye. I believe that's how you say it.
The Weeknd.
Yo, it's The Weeknd. It's The Weeknd. Hey, shout out to all my motherfucking Ethiopians. Shout out to all my East Africans. Shout out to all my Eritreans. Shout out to all, you know what I'm saying, all my Habeshas, bro. Shout out to y'all, man.
Dig.
If I've said that wrong, I'm so sorry.
Shout out all the Habibis.
Y'all know that's crazy. I mean, shout out to them too. Shout out to the community.
Shout out to the community, bro.
Hey man,
all the communities.
All the literally.
Nah. Shout out. Not shout out all the communities, but we love all the communities. Even if they're not good people, we gotta show them love because they low key need it the most. They need it the most, so we still got to shout out. I mean, it's still low key fuck them sometimes.
Hey,
but we still got to show them love.
I'll just say that I need to do a bit more therapy before I can agree with that. That's real. I'll keep it that. I'll keep it real.
I get it
because I cannot agree with that to some extent. So there's some people who I very like. I'm still in that. I don't think I'm a violent person, but I still have times where like I know if a certain like I see stuff on the internet all the time. I'm like, if this happened in front of me, how else would I react?
Yeah.
I would only be able to physically react. Only.
Same.
There's no way else. Like that video I just sent on Twitter earlier. That bitch would have got.
She would have got drop kicked,
we do
bro.
not condone. But literally, I'm telling you, I was raised right. I don't believe in hitting anyone. I don't want to put my hands. I have to.
Unless it's self-defense.
Even then, like, if there's a way I can de-escalate, I would prefer. And I'm not pussy, nigga. I'm not no bitch. I'm just non-confrontational because the reality is confrontations with me really only lead one place that I don't want to go.
Exactly.
And so, because like the reality is by the time you consider it a confrontation, a conflict, then it's like, all right, my nigga, what do you want to do about it?
Exactly.
Like what? Not what are you going to? What do you want to do? Like where do you want to go with this? Like because as of now there's a problem to you. Mm-hmm. So how do you want to solve this?
Exactly.
Because if you want to do that, we could do that. Just know I didn't want to. Just know I didn't want to do that.
But I'll do it if I have to.
If that's what you want to do, let's do it. But anyways, man. Like I said, not non-confrontational, man. But like there are just some subsects of people, just human beings, man. I think humankind, as a species here on this rock we got going on, I do have love for. Yeah. I have love for and I have faith in. However,
y'all be tripping.
Nigga, y'all niggas be tweaking, boy. Y'all be tweaked. I can't even lie.
I'm tweaking. I can't say no hoes.
I'm tweaking. Also, we could get into that real quick because spin the block back to Metro. Spin the block back to Metro for 1 second. This is the Metro episode. Yeah, oh God. Shout out. This is the Metro episode, man. But like, that Heroes and Villains joint, I'll still stand firmly in the fact that I think the best song on that project is the damn interlude. Yeah. And Don is on that one. Yep. And that's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not better than Can't Say, but it's not bad.
Honestly, what I gotta say though, I can't just count. I personally don't count the interlude as one song though.
Oh, because
Metro Spider.
Yeah.
Into that interlude.
Metro.
Oh my God!
And you know,
Thug put his whole dick on that verse.
I knew you was about to say something.
He wiped his whole schlong on that verse twice. That shit was crazy. That nigga talked like he knew he was about to be in some shit, and y'all needed to know what the fuck the vibes were.
I will agree with that. That was definitely a man who knew he was not going to be dropping music for a minute.
He said, I gotta let y'all off with something real good.
And if it wasn't the case and that was like an old verse, then I want to know what he was going. I want to know what was going on in his life when he did that.
Exactly.
That
nigga the shit he's talking about in that verse, bro.
He was talking.
That shit was deeper than rap.
Than rap. And I mean, shit. I guess since we talking about Thug and his situation, we might as well get into one of the new releases we were talking about. Let's slide that way. Wanna back, not a running back, but wanna back. That boy, that boy, yeah. That boy Gunna back, man.
Gunna.
It's so weird, man, because I'm not gonna lie. As okay, so as an artist who is not a street nigga, but was adjacent to street niggas who were also artists, at a point in time, I'm respectful of people's codes and their opinions and how things should work. Yeah, but that nigga did not snitch on me. That shit is hard.
That shit is hard, bro.
That shit is hard. It's a good fucking song, bro. And I don't know the specifics of the situation. I know y'all like, how you not know the specifics? Y'all over the internet. I'm not chronically online, bro. Like, I go to the internet and most socials for jokes, for entertainment. Like,
oh God.
Like, if you creeping on my shit, you lurking on my shit, trying to find some shit, you're only gonna find jokes and memes. Like, I don't take that shit serious.
Jokes. Memes and survival shit because America's about to go shit.
But, you know.
Learn some shit.
Yeah. But yeah, but like, yeah, man, like, I got think pieces every once in a while, but it's really only when I feel like, yo, nobody is using their fucking brain right now. Yeah. And I guess that's narcissistic because why the fuck is my brain the one that, you know. But sometimes I just be like, yo, let me get this off my chest. Yeah. Because there's just no way y'all niggas aren't. How did y'all not make those connections? But then again, you know, If you've ever been on
you gotta
the,
be
if you've ever
patient
been
with
on the road, like if you've ever driven around other human beings, which I'm sure a lot of us have,
You know what
you
the
would
fuck
know
be going
that
on,
people
bro.
don't really be using their fucking brain. So I guess give them a fucking screen and they don't even have to move around and nothing like that. Why would they not be fucking stupid on there?
Exactly.
So
They
you
know
I
what they're
mean?
doing.
Yeah, man.
Shout out technology.
Shout out the dumbasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the dumbasses on the technology.
Yeah, man. Whew. That's another thing. But yeah, man. The bread and butter track, man. I hope the best for that situation. Like everybody involved. I think there is only really one person that is actually fucked, and that's Thug's brother, Unfunk.
Yeah.
We had an episode where we did go over the way back. We went over the slime language don't. We were
Yeah.
talking about how Unfunk had just came out of prison
Yep.
and did that track and got put on a project.
And then boom.
And that nigga violated his parole and is got what now? 9 years?
I'm not even hip. I'm not even sharp.
I think because he had a life sentence, got out early, and now they're basically making him do the remainder of his sentence.
Supposedly he was talking more than Gunna. Supposedly, I did
we're
hear that.
We're not gonna
that's
get
why,
in-
that's why I said supposedly.
I'm not getting into who talked or who spoke on what or any of that. I don't know.
As I'm saying, so suppose. So I just gotta say this though. If that's what the people are saying, that's what the papers are saying.
This is what I will say
Where the heat on him?
on
though.
behalf of all of my black brothers behind.
Yeah.
All my black brothers in general, but all my black brothers who are in the music industry and behind bars now. It is not coincidental that labels target young men with very poor life circumstances, very harsh realities, and take them from situations that are harmful to them and the people around them, and then put them in a spotlight, put them on a pedestal, and then make them, not necessarily make them, but yeah, kind of make them, in a way, if you want to eat, you kind of got to promote and glorify a certain lifestyle.
Yep.
Whether that's a lifestyle you're currently in or a lifestyle you're trying to get away from, it's not a coincidence that they want that for you, and then you end up behind bars and they're moving on to the next nigga who can give them that.
Exactly.
It's not coincidental. I don't want to speak on nobody.
So there's interviews with label executives talking about it.
Bro, there's
So there's one on the breakfast.
also
one on the Breakfast Club.
Again, conspiracy. We never got a conspiracy button, but we gonna get that
Yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah, conspiracy button. There is a couple of different corporations that happen to be parent companies of some private prisons as well as parent companies of some fucking labels.
Oh, really?
And that's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
That's a wild pipeline. But whoa, to the tantrums. We're not gonna talk about that. Let's go.
That's crazy.
They gonna be that dope. But nah, man. Do your research. That's it.
Learn something.
That's the tag for this episode. Do your research. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's just not coincidental, man. And I think that's exactly what they want. They build a case with all of these young black artists and executives. They built a case around some things that they may or may not have been involved in. They built a case around these niggas for years of their life. And they built that case knowing that the internet was what it was, the streets are what they are, the labels are what they are, and eventually people will, if you pit people against each other, the reason why they got famous was survival.
Yeah,
So what are they going to continue to do?
exactly.
Try to survive. And y'all can call it what y'all want. Y'all can adhere to whatever code you want. We already know the United States government has never at any point in time wanted to see us like this. They don't want to see niggas like this. They don't want to see that, bro.
They don't want us to have breakfast.
They don't want us to have breakfast. Actually, I'm just going to dispel a little myth here.
Yeah.
They want us to have breakfast.
A little bit.
Because, I'm about to speak to y'all. The human body is actually really only made to eat once a day. They want us to eat 3 times a day.
It's only supposed to eat once.
We're not only supposed to. We have evolved to eat 3 times a day and be on this clock.
Yeah.
But we were initially not. You could eat and then go and travel and hunt and do things for almost a 24-hour, 25, 26-hour span before you needed to like replenish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you would rest in that time frame. But you do know, everybody knows after you eat, you get tired.
Yeah.
So if you wake up first thing in the morning, yes, you need to put something in your body for energy because that's how energy works.
Yeah.
but you don't necessarily, what is the balanced breakfast they be putting on TV? Cereal, then you got eggs and bacon on the side, and then you got an orange as well, and then you got like a pastry over here, a cup of orange juice, and a cup of milk, and a cup of... It's like, nobody actually eats like that, but there are people out there who think that they're supposed to eat like that.
Yeah.
Because...
People out here drinking milk with their breakfast.
Stop drinking milk in general.
Cow's milk and shit.
Hashtag everybody is lactose intolerant.
Exactly.
That's not just a specific thing. Hashtag everybody's lactose
y'all
intolerant.
Knew the amount of pus and blood that be coming into the milk, and bruh.
Yeah, y'all don't want to know. This ain't even really Tunes and Tantrums no more. We really, we talking some real shit to y'all.
Hashtag learn something,
we really just teach it. Oh man, but yeah, man. I really hope the best for the YSL situation. But like I said, niggas gotta wake up. Niggas gotta stop being so internet oriented. Gotta stop being so like silly and goofy, especially these young niggas, these kids. Like
these niggas is tripping.
I be seeing niggas niggas are literally exposing other niggas' IP addresses on the internet because they disagree with them about some niggas who don't even know y'all exist.
Literally,
that shit is crazy to me, bro. Like Young Thug gonna like
Dick
anybody,
riding.
Bro. It's not even riding at this point, my nigga. It's like you're trying to become one with his penis. Like you're trying.
You are the dick.
Exactly. You're literally trying to become his dick now at this point. Because what the fuck, bro? How do you, you're willing to expose someone's home address, like their location? You know what I'm saying?
Expose their life.
Literally just because they disagree with you on the internet about a situation that you're not involved in, and the niggas who are involved in it have literally no idea either one of y'all exist and probably could give less of a fuck about y'all opinion because they're in fucking jail. They do not give a fuck about what y'all are talking about on the internet, bro. Like, that shit is so crazy to me. Y'all niggas gotta get it together. Get it the fuck together, bro. That shit's crazy. But yeah, I hope the best for YSL, man.
Same, but honestly, that still ties back to what you were talking about earlier. There's a reason why they use these labels, use these people, because they know that they're gonna get these younger people, these younger generations up on it, and that way it's a cycle, bro.
Man, we ain't saying nothing that we ain't. Man,
it's a cycle, bro.
Look, man, we ain't saying nothing wrong. Y'all just ain't listening right.
Shout out to the independents, though.
Yeah, we ain't saying nothing wrong. You just ain't listening right. But yeah, man, crazy. I don't even really know how we slide from there, man. I know how we can slide from there. We're gonna get into some talk about something that I'm a bit. It's a hot take.
What?
Because it's hot in this bitch. I'm sweating a little bit. So we're going to get into a hot take.
I had to take off the hoodie. I had to take a shit off before we even started, bro.
Good look.
Man,
but since it's warm in this month, we're going to get with a warm take. Ooh. That's what we're going to call it. It's not really a hot take.
Shout out to warm takes.
Because I think the people who really have been involved in, I guess, not involved, but paid attention and engaged with hip-hop culture in recent years, they probably saw this. They probably saw this coming, and I don't think it's a hot take at all.
Yeah.
I'll call it a warm take, though, because there are some people who are so revolved about certain rankings and hierarchies that they might actually give a fuck. So I will say it is a warm take, but I think that a movie that has dropped recently that was not really that good, I don't know if you even saw it, but the movie soundtrack for that, back to movie soundtracks, you know what I mean? Fast X, not a great movie, not a great soundtrack.
I seen 3 of them.
Hey, look,
actually,
I kind of had to see it. I feel like I'm one of those people who is like, yo, honestly, at this point, it's like, I know I'm not gonna necessarily be entertained or enjoy myself, but bro, I've given I don't want to say I've given, but I've given a lot of time to this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I've been watching these shit since I was a fucking child. So it's like, it's kind of like, I kind of got to know where it goes. Even if it's trash, I kind of want to know how it ends.
Yeah.
So, like, now it's a 3-part ending, which is, like, so crazy.
Aren't they on, 20 years?
Almost. The first one came out in 2001. So, yeah, actually already over 20 years. Yeah.
Crazy.
Insane. And they're trying to keep, they're going to keep going. So, that's whatever. I think they'll probably, because the next one comes out in 2024. So, they'll probably be a 25-year franchise. Because the one that comes out after that probably won't be till 25 or 26. So
probably.
It's about a 25-year franchise. And honestly, that's how they should go out. They should just leave it the fuck alone. I honestly think they could have gone out at 6. And I know they wanted to do their tribute and, give it to Paul Walker, give Paul Walker his flowers in 7. The Wiz Khalifa song, all that shit. And I'm not going to, hey, y'all, listen, if y'all can hear me right now, I do have respect. I really do have respect for the damn.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper.
I have respect for the franchise. fuck with me over this, but I don't care. Paul Walker was indeed pedophilic or had pedophilic tendencies. He did date. Yeah, the shorty he was with when he died, he started dating her when she was underage.
Ooh.
Like 16, bro.
Word.
Yeah, and it was not the first female he had ever been with that was
crazy.
underage. And I'm just saying.
That's crazy.
The reality is we gotta stop. Like, we gotta stop glorifying and making certain people like untouchable, bro.
Yeah.
Because we do know his legacy and the franchise that he's a part of. It brought a lot of joy to a lot of people, and it still does in all over the world. Which was something I'm about to get into in a second.
Yeah.
But like, he did what he did, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, whether she was
That's crazy.
like whether she was consenting or her parents consented to it or whatever, either way, he was a fucking child.
Exactly.
So either way, it's not okay.
Exactly.
Niggas will get on the internet and be like, well, she consented. Bro, she's a fucking kid. She's a chick. Like, she's a child, bro. It doesn't matter what the fuck she was okay with. She's a fucking kid. That's weird. And he had literally a daughter who was, I think his daughter and her were literally they were like less than a decade apart, maybe less than 5 years apart. It was actually some wild shit. Shit was crazy.
That's crazy.
Rest in peace, but like, do better, my nigga.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? If you have, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people believe in.
Rest in flames.
Oh, wow. I wasn't going to go there.
Some people would
that's
go
crazy. Some people would.
I just want to say.
I would say this.
The Bible does say, for people who believe in that, the Bible does say that is an abomination. Not homosexuality. It's a really big misconception. Not homosexuality, but pedophilia.
Hey, look. For people who believe in that, that's that. People who believe in reincarnation by chance or karmic cycles.
Yeah.
Paul, if you out there doing another one, because you probably is doing another one, big dog.
Nigga, learn.
Don't do that again.
Exactly. Learn.
Don't do that again, man, dog. Don't do that again. You probably, for real, you probably like a Komodo dragon or some shit somewhere. You probably not a human again. So you probably can't.
I don't know. I feel like if you were to
You think
reincarnate
humans
to
only
a
reincarnate
Komodo,
to humans?
well, not even just that. If you were to turn into a Komodo dragon, that's not that bad.
I mean,
Them
for a
niggas kind of tough.
It
bro.
depends on what he. It depends on what he would wanted. You got. It depends on what he was still longing and wanting for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was born a Komodo dragon. Now the nigga can't drive no more.
Yeah, he can't be no Fast and Furious.
He can't be.
Well,
furious no more.
he can be furious.
He technically can't. No, they still fast
yeah, them
too.
niggas quick too.
Yeah, like, he can technically still be
can't
both.
Fast and
He just
Furious.
can't operate a motor vehicle.
Yeah. Skirt.
But nah,
He
yeah.
can't do
What
that
I was
no
getting
more.
at earlier, this is how Tunes and Tangents, man. Shout out Tunes and Tangents. We really just gonna have to like change it. It's
Just put an X over Tantrums.
yeah, it's Tangents. It's Tunes and Tangents, man. What we was really getting at was the fact that I have a warm take that I think the Fast X soundtrack,
Yeah.
or just a soundtrack that is as willing and open to incorporating new artists as they were. Mm-hmm. Because they got a lot of new names on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
A lot of people who really have just started having a buzz within the past year or so on that album. And I think this album might be better for artists, maybe not streaming-wise,
Yeah.
but exposure-wise, stature-wise, and just having something on your resume-wise might be better for artists than the fucking XXL freshman class.
Low key.
Which is coming up soon, which is the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because like it's been declining years and years.
Yeah.
We've been seeing how less relevant it's becoming and how less people like are paying attention to it.
Exactly. Like I didn't even know it was coming up.
It's literally top of every summer. It's usually top of every summer. 2020 it got pushed back because remember, they couldn't even film together, so that was understandable. But it's usually top of every summer. I feel like even if it comes out a little bit later, it probably will be. We'll get it by like July, August. And I was thinking because I was talking to I can't even remember who I was talking to, but I was having a conversation with somebody about who I think would be on it. And literally like 3 of the names that I thought would be on it were on this fucking Fast X soundtrack. And I was just like, yo, to be quite honest, they'll probably be on this Fast X soundtrack and they probably won't even be on the damn list.
Yeah.
It'll be niggas we never even heard of on that list. But no, for example though, like, first of all, Kai Cenat is on the intro of the Fast X soundtrack. And that nigga's not even like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kai.
I've only heard one song by that dude.
He only really has one song. He doesn't really, it's not even a song. Like, well, it's a song. But yeah, He's a streamer, bro. He's a streamer.
Him and Speed.
Yeah, nah. I mean, technically he has another song, and technically he has a couple songs that he made in like AMP videos, but they don't really count. I mean, but shout out to Kai though, because this nigga's having a hell of a year.
Yeah,
streamer of the year this
that's
past
Black
year.
excellence.
Yeah, facts. He did his subathon.
Excellence.
He broke records and shit, and now he's on the fucking Fast X soundtrack intro.
Yep.
This is what I wanted people to understand because I was having a conversation. I keep saying I was having a conversation, but I was.
That's gonna be the most streamed song.
I was talking about it. Well, yeah, obviously, because niggas. Maybe people literally typically they press play and it's the first thing that But some people might go into it with a specific thing they want to hear, but it just depends. But I was having a conversation about how people were wondering why the fuck they keep making Fast and Furious movies, and the reality is
money.
They make money, obviously, but
Say,
everybody's
Luda.
like, okay, well, how? Yeah, facts.
Niggas
Everybody's
said they make billions.
Nah, he was like, you keep these movies take a lot of money to make, but when you're bringing in billions, why are you not going to answer that call?
He said if it costs $200 million, and you bring in and it makes $1 billion. You stupid as hell to not keep doing them. To not keep doing it.
But as well as the fact that I think the American perspective on that franchise has shifted.
Yeah.
However, there are markets in the world where if you watch their equivalent of Hollywood and blockbuster movies, they live for just extremism.
Yep.
And shit that doesn't even seem real.
Yeah.
Like it's not, and that's okay for them. They don't give a fuck. The CGI doesn't need to be perfect. As long as you're like you got that creativity and you can make them see some shit that they never thought to see.
Shout out to the Bollywood.
Bollywood, Nollywood, the Nigerian fucking movies, bro. Have you seen some of them shits?
I've seen like clips on Twitter, but like that's
it. Some of them shits are like, I know they weren't on drugs making this movie, but they had to be on drugs making this movie. Like that shit is crazy, bro. But not but yeah, and then the reality is those like. Domestically, they do decent numbers because people are still going to go see them. Yeah. Also, there's generations who I think not liking those movies is a very middle ground thing. I think older people still like them because cars and action, and they just like movies, so they're going to go see them, and they have families who they're going to take to see them or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you have children, or not necessarily even just children, but the younger range of audience who are like, okay, this is something that's been going on. They're at the 10th. I gotta see what's going on because. Yeah. If you make it 10 of them, it must be good. And then there's those of us in the middle who actually grew up with them and know that they lost their way a long time ago.
Yeah.
But like I said, outside of the U.S., these movies do fucking numbers. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy as hell, bro. Because like, it's like, why would you? I mean, like Luda said, why would you not keep making them? But like, when these movies do numbers outside of the U.S. so big, it's like. And you get somebody like a Lil Tyler.
Yeah.
Somebody like an ESTG. Somebody like
like a Kai Infinite.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boy
Big
from
X,
Virginia.
Exactly. Big X the plug. Like Nardo Wick, Bia. People who, like I said, have been kind of growing their buzz within the past, very recently. Mm-hmm. People like those names are people I said, yo, ESTG, Lil Tyler definitely should be at least on this XXL class.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will, but they should be. I think Lil Tyler definitely got a spot. I think he's not big enough where he's going to say no.
I don't know if they're going to do ESTG, though.
I don't know if they will. He should. I don't think he will.
That exactly.
I think they would try.
I personally feel like he's had enough of his own thing going on without. I feel like he doesn't need XXL.
I see that
at this point in his career.
I see that with a lot of people though, because I see that with him. I also think Nardo Wick won't do it either, even though he should. But I don't think he will. I think he don't need it, but I think he should for his fan base. Because sometimes some people don't need it.
Album.
I was about to say some people don't need it, but some people should because their fan base. It's just give it to them. Let them see you in a different element. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Bia will. She should.
Bia definitely should.
Like female representation on that motherfucker, and she's good. Like do it. Why
she's
not?
Crazy.
I don't know if Big X the plug would do it. I don't see why he shouldn't. I think he should definitely do it. He should go up there. He should represent for Houston, or I think he's from Houston. He's from Texas for sure.
Who?
Big X the plug. He's from Texas for sure. I don't know if he's from Houston. I might have misspoken. I don't mean no disrespect by it. He's tough. We'll have to get into that another one. But yeah, man, I just think like within this past year, like it's been a lot of people that have emerged since, or like at least got to a certain level of a certain degree of stardom since we last recorded. But like we got people like Ice Spice. You know what I mean? She's not gonna do that class. She should.
Honestly,
I want
it'd
to
be
see
great.
that bad. I want to see that shit very, very bad. I want.
You know
I
what?
would actually pay
So
money.
do I.
I really want to see her do that class.
So
So she's not going to do that.
I
class.
would love to see that.
She won't do it. I want to see her do it so bad.
Honestly, she would probably shit on a lot of them niggas.
Bro,
too.
she got a Nicki feature. She does not need to do
She
that
don't.
shit no more. But
She would literally
should.
just go on there to shit on niggas.
It's crazy because even she's
No
got
one
that
else got-
formula, bro. Because
Literally.
her it's gonna be the same flow. It's gonna be exactly what you expect.
Yep.
But it's gonna be like she's gonna do it a cappella, and niggas gonna be like, "Yo, it's not bad."
Exactly.
And like honestly,
she's gonna be set, bro.
hey, bro.
And a lot of people are gonna be mad too.
A lot of people. I mean, that happens every year, though. You have this person who you don't like for a while, then they pop up on this class. They do better than the people you actually expect the good shit from, and it happens literally every year. Yeah, man. I don't know, and like obviously, also there's a very heavy like like just global influence on this project, a heavy Latin influence on this project, but for these newer hip hop artists, I think this is just such a good look, bro. Like. They might not need to do XXL because of this. Because
That's commercial.
think about a nigga who went to the theater. Here's ESTG in fucking like India, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. 'Cause they're not
They're
checking
not
it
watching
out.
XXL.
Exactly. They're not.
Like there probably is some people out there who are really tapped in with
Yeah,
hip hop
of
culture.
course, but
and you know what I'm
like-
saying? Because hip hop is global.
But nowhere near as much
As
they're
somebody
gonna
who's gonna go out to a theater and watch Faster X.
Like,
I just
Shout out to them.
warm take, man. I rest my case. I'm just saying.
shout out to them.
I think that's what it is, man. I think we're getting to the time where we're approaching our first hour of filming for the YouTube niggas. We about to get ready to transition into the Patreon exclusive. All y'all YouTube niggas, man, it's been cool, man.
It's been cool, but like,
hey, bro, hey, it's good to be back. You know what I'm saying? We hope to get y'all a more consistent schedule. We hope to get y'all, new formats to YouTube. Like, we want to try some shit with Tunes and Tantrums. I know we said that when we first started, but like, hey man, we might have had a little bit more, a little too much dip on the chip, man.
Yeah,
we might
well,
have
too
bit
much-
off,
too much dip
bit
on
off
the
a
chip.
little bit more than we could chew. But now we back, man. We back and we better. That's what, you know what I'm saying. Only moving forward, never backwards. You know what I'm saying? Any last shout outs before we say bye to the YouTube niggas?
shout outs?
Any last shout outs? Just, you know what I mean?
You know what? I don't think I have any other shout outs. I think I
I
gave
have
them
one.
all.
And I'm doing it on YouTube just because the Patreon, I mean, I guess we could do it in Patreon. I'm doing it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to, what is it? Violent Relaxation was the name of the band.
Out, Violent Relaxation Band.
I wasn't here at Clearbook this past weekend to see them perform.
Yeah.
But I just want y'all to know, y'all have probably my favorite band name I've heard in recent years. That shit is so fire.
Or the Violent Relaxation Band.
That shit is hard as fuck. Shout out to y'all.
Black Excellence.
Yeah, man. Who else? Shout out to RNA. They were here this past week at Clearbook. I think they're RNA, right? I think that was the name. Yeah. Shout out to them. It seems like a young collective here in DMV. They were tough, man. We as me and Xavier, we as Kuro headlined Limelight Vibes here at Clearbrook DMV.
Big vibes.
It was cool, man. And
Big
a lot of dope
vibes.
people came out, saw some dope performances, dope open mic performances. Shout out to them, man.
Hell yeah.
YouTube is good to be back. Like I said, plenty new things, plenty good shit coming. Shout out to y'all, man.
You'll definitely see it if you hop on that Patreon though.
If you hop on that Patreon, you can see what we're about to do, and like it's really cool because we're gonna like do some shit that y'all don't get to see on YouTube, and I'm not just
Exactly.
bullshit. And we're gonna react to some shit. We're also gonna talk about, because it has been a whole fucking year. We're gonna talk
been a
about
year.
some of our favorite shit within the year. You know what I'm saying?
We got
the
a lot of
YouTube, y'all really
backtracking.
just got what has been recent because that's what the episode is for.
Yeah.
But we about to talk about everything that we haven't got to talk about because we haven't recorded over a year. So if y'all want to see some shit like that, head over to the Patreon, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, let's transition over. We right there. Let's do it, man. Let's get it. Let's go.